Okay, so we've got a lot of stories, right? Everyone's like, oh, tell us a story, tell us a story. Some of them are absolutely hilarious, some of them are borderline inappropriate, but I'll tell you the very first story that we had. So, as you know, we spent 2 years planning to travel the world full time, to semi-retire, and we were gonna leave this rock, and we're gonna go and live out of our backpacks. So we had planned we were gonna go to Vietnam first. We bought a 3-month visa, and we bought one-way tickets to Vietnam. And we left at literally, I think it was 2 o'clock in the morning from Seattle. We were staying in our son's garage, for 3 days because we had moved out of our rental house at the end of the month, at the end of February, and our plane tickets weren't ready to leave until the 3rd. So we had some place to stay, so we kind of camped out in our son's garage, literally, for a couple days. So 2 o'clock in the morning, we said our goodbyes to our oldest son and our grandkids and my daughter-in-law, and we got in the back of a limo. Yeah, I rented a town car and it showed up and it was actual limo. It was pretty cool. They had like the blue lights and everything. So here we are, leaving the United States in luxury, going in a limo down to the airport. So that was 2 o'clock in the morning. We get to the airport and we have to take a flight from Seattle to LA, and then we're going to catch a flight from LA to Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam, and that's got to stop in Taipei, Taiwan. So this entire trip, from us leaving our son's garage, getting in the limo, going to SeaTac, getting on an Alaska Airlines flight, going to LAX, changing to an international terminal, going and flying for hours and hours and hours, landing in Taipei, and then on to Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam. It literally was 27 hours. 27 hours to get from one place to the next. Now, when we had gotten there, I had already reserved an Airbnb. We got there a day early. We actually planned, kind of an interesting side note here, we had planned a 10-day tour in Vietnam. So we could kind of learn some of what we didn't know. It was 10 days and we were going to go to a couple different cities. We're going to fly by planes, trains, and automobiles. And the thing was maybe we'd get a little bit of exposure in some of the big cities under the safety of having a guide and a guide service. So that's what we did. But we got there a day early, just so we could explore, and I found an Airbnb, and the Airbnb had transportation. It was gonna be a guy that met us at the international airport. He was gonna pick us up and he was gonna drive us to the Airbnb. Now, I looked at the map, and I'm like, oh, it doesn't look very far. It looks like it should take, about 10 to 15 minutes to get there. That's by American standards because we have freeways and big roads. Over in third world countries like Vietnam, you're going down side streets and everything like that. Didn't realize that. We'll get to that in just a second. So we land. It's been 27 hours. We are absolutely beat. We go through customs, we check our visas, we get our luggage, and we go out, and there's this guy standing there with my name, Roger Sullivan. I'm like, hey, that's us. And he just looks at us and he smiles, and he speaks absolutely no English. Now, I didn't expect him to. I'm a guest in their country. It's Vietnam. I don't speak Vietnamese, but we knew enough with hand gestures and everything like that. He had an assignment. He knew he was supposed to take us to the Airbnb, and we trusted that it was going to be okay. So he told us to stay right here. He went and got his van, and he pulled up right in front in this like Toyota minivan. Older one, the kind of the box shape, stuff like that. It's a little beat up, and if you've been to a third world country, there aren't very many nice cars because, well, that's just the way they drive. So he gets out, grabs our bags, throws them in the back, and we get in the car. I'm in the front seat next to him, and my wife and Court, our youngest son, who's 20 at the time, is in the back seat, and we take off. We leave the airport, and it's just a couple minutes, and we leave the bright lights of the airport, and now all of a sudden, it's night. Like, it's literally like 11 o'clock, 11:30, almost midnight, and we're driving through these streets. And if you've ever been to Vietnam or seen pictures, the roads are super narrow. There's wires everywhere. Up above, and it was kind of interesting at first, for the first 10 minutes, and then the first 15 minutes, and then I'm kind of like, man, I thought the Airbnb was a lot closer than this. Another 10 minutes goes by, and again, this guy doesn't speak English at all. We're in a foreign country. It's now past midnight, and he's just driving. There are no lights anywhere. We're outside of like the main area of the city. And I'm gonna be honest, I was getting a little worried. Another 10 minutes goes by. We've been in this car for over half an hour. And I'm starting to get a little bit worried. And I'm like, God, we've been planning this for 2 years. for 2 years. Is this how it ends? We're going to land here. We're going to get scammed, and everything that everybody warned us about is going to happen right now in this instant? I turn around, I look at my wife and my son in the back seat, and I could see the worry in their face too. And I kind of made light of it. I'm like, hey, I thought it was a little bit closer than it was. I'm sure it's fine. Almost another 10 minutes goes by, and now I'm really nervous. I'm wondering if we're going to have to fight this guy. And this is dead serious, you guys. I turned around, I looked at my son, and I kind of gave him a nod, and he was thinking the same thing I was. And he was sitting behind the driver, and we were like ready to like grab his seatbelt to make him stop. Like, we're just waiting for the right cue. And no sooner, you guys, no sooner did we have that thought, and my son and I had that exchange, we turn off the road and we go underneath this bridge. I'm not even kidding. It looked like a construction site. There was a fence, a chain link fence. The part of it was rolled over and it was down. And we went in, and I turned to my son and I'm like, this is it. Oh my gosh, this is it. We're going to die. They are going to like rob us. They're going to leave us. Americans like this, like we're under a bridge through a chain link fence, just crazy. And I turn around and I look at my son, and all of a sudden his eyes kind of light up, and I turn around really quickly, and all of a sudden in front of us is this giant skyscraper, beautiful condominium complex. Lights everywhere. We pull up to a guard shack. The guy exchanged something. The thing the gate goes up, and we go around and we go into this parking garage, and the guy just parks and he looks at the elevator and turns and looks at us and is like, oh my gosh, man, you almost died. Oh, so he gets out, he grabs our bags, he scans his badge, we go into this elevator, we go up to one of the higher floors, and we have this amazing, beautiful condominium. But for a brief moment, we thought it was all over.